Everyone, welcome to another episode of Remember When. My name is Jose. With me today are my boys Amir and Johnny. Say what's up, guys.
Yo,
what's poppin'?
Yo, it's been a while since we've done this, actually, since a Quarter Machines episode. So it's been probably around 2 months now.
Yeah, and the world's been falling apart, but hey, we're picking ourselves back up.
Yeah.
2 months, 20 pounds.
Yo, have you actually gained weight during this time?
Bro, I'm like close to 180 right now, bro. When the summer rolled around, I was like 140.
Hold on, what?
This man getting thick.
But we talking muscle, though.
Yeah, like I'm not like fat or anything.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, no, it's been kind of crazy. When are gyms supposed to open up? Do you guys know?
Honestly, I know people want it soon, but that's probably going to be like a slow process because I mean, the way transmission works and all that, would you want to be up in a spot where like people have to be washing down them equipment sets expeditiously? I even feel some moisture on my bench rack. I'm piecing you with the rack.
Dang. Yeah, it's been kind of a struggle without the gyms, but still making it work. I know I've been running a lot.
Yeah,
just trying to get the exercise in.
You do some home workouts too. Like it's relatively easy. It just depends on what you got, what you're doing.
Right. I agree. Yeah, and some positive news: Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix. Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Where Korra at though?
Man, well, I don't even think they filmed the 4th season of Legend of Korra.
They didn't? I thought
I mean, like they did, but like I don't think they ever aired it on TV.
I don't know. Legend of Korra was kind of weird, but I mean, I'm not surprised Avatar kind of blew up. That show been fire. People were just sleeping on it.
They did.
Because now cartoons and like superhero movies are cool now. So.
Yeah. Honestly, Teen Titans had like elements of like Avatar: Last Airbender. You know how Avatar would be serious, but they also had a very like lighthearted side to them. And that's what I really liked about the 2003 Teen Titans is that they, when it came down to it, like there were some like dark tones and it was pretty serious some moments, but yeah, I mean, right. But then they got like villains like Nufu, evil tofu, where so like they're just having fun in games and just kind of enjoying themselves a little bit. So I thought it was like a pretty cool balance between like edgy and fun. So like it kind of had those similar elements that Avatar did.
Yeah, it was goofy before they went full goofy with Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, well, it's funny because like they actually poke fun at themselves, saying how like nobody likes them. Yeah,
I low key respect Teen Titans. At first, it came out I was like, "Oh, this is bullshit," but as it comes out, especially like the movie, I actually like it. It's not bad. I think people overhate that.
Yeah, I don't. I've never seen any episodes of it, so I don't really.
Funny, I'm not gonna lie.
They're wild. That's
really,
they're pretty wild, bro.
I did hear about how the one time they had a kid from Make-A-Wish Foundation? Yeah, they actually like drew him into the cartoon and even like flew him out to go watch the recording and all that. And that I think is awesome. And I do think that the kids nowadays do enjoy the modern version of it because it's that lighthearted feel and that silly version of animation. So it is what it is for nowadays, but I definitely prefer the 2003.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, hands down one of the low-key favorite shows to whip out. Every once in a while, just like, oh, I forgot about Red X. Let me understand why I was blessed at a young age.
Oh, one of the biggest mysteries of all time. Which, spoilers ahead, if you haven't seen the 2003 Teen Titans.
You finna spoil the fuck out of it.
Yeah, you gonna learn today.
If you're this late, like, same with the Avatar train, bro, I don't know why you looking this up or watching it. Like, you did it to yourself.
Yo, did you guys know that the show actually had 4 awards?
I mean,
4 nominations for awards, I should say.
Oh, so it didn't even get any awards. The Academy was disrespecting it.
How are they gonna do my show like that?
It's like, yeah, you made B+.
Listen, they were that honorable mention, they were there. They were there.
They're there. They participated.
Yeah, did you know that the show had a plethora of really, really talented voice actors?
Yeah, bro, that's one thing. put so much into like animation that they're like, oh, let's get these voice actors, and they would get like top tier. They would get like Ron Perlman. They got the whatchamacallit, Malcolm McDowell. He played the British dude, the British villain. Remember that dude?
Oh yeah. I don't remember the character's name though.
It was like Matt something. But yeah, they got celebs. They got top tier people.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was cool. Tara Strong, voice of Raven. Ember McLean from Danny Phantom. All right, amazing. Omi from Shoutout. That's crazy. That Omi and Raven are the same voice actor.
Yeah, Tara Strong. She got work. And meanwhile, our boy Cyborg, my man. Carrie Payton, he also voices Cyborg and also Cyborg. The man goes like 50 different cyborgs.
I mean, so does Scott Menville. Actually, he's like multiple Robins in the DC universe.
Good, I'd prefer that. Yeah. I mean, they excelling in their roles. Might as well keep doing it.
Yeah, and same with Beast Boy's voice actor too, Greg Sipes. He does almost every iteration of Beast Boy. Which is pretty cool, having the same voice actor kind of carry through.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty nice.
It brings familiarity to the character,
which definitely helps if you're going to change the art style every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
Now, can you guys believe that the voice actor Starfire is also the same voice for Coco Bandicoot from Crash Team Racing?
Man, how many lines does Coco got? Man, how many lines
from Crash Team Racing? I don't understand if it was like a main line, but not in Crash Team Racing. She probably go, woohoo!
Man, they need that voice. They need a hearty woohoo.
Hey, listen, I mean, if you're going to get fire, I guess you got to have fire in the
if your woohoo ain't A+ material, we don't want it.
Yeah, then the game getting a 4 stars.
Imagine one of us voiced it. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Woohoo. Can you imagine that?
No, because Johnny's voice for Coco would scare people.
It'd be demonic. It'd be like, who is that? Who said that? Satan?
Bringing awareness to the chicks with the deep voice, man.
And did you guys know that it had 5 seasons of the original Teen Titans? Did you feel that it had 5 seasons? Like, thinking back to when you were growing up, did you feel it had 5 separate arcs? Or did you feel that there was only like 2 or 3 present while you were watching it growing up?
As a kid, honestly, I never, especially with like any show, I never really looked at them as, oh, season 1, season 2 about to premiere. It's mainly like, oh, the show's on. Let's see what they got this time. And if it follows a story, then I'll try to follow the best I can.
I mean, literally, yeah. You just turn on the TV, catch mad reruns. Sometimes you get lucky enough, catch an episode you didn't see yet, and then. But it went on for so long, and it broadcasted for so long. Like, it felt like it was a long show.
Yeah, around 3 years. Like, that's pretty decent.
That's a decent run.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent length. I mean, especially since there are plenty of cartoons out there that are cut after just 1 season of it, or sometimes they don't even make it to a season 2.
I'd rather it be this long and stay as good as it is in my head than them extend it longer and the story be real butt.
Trash, bro.
How do you guys feel about the first season story? About how it was like, just that conflict between Slade kind of establishing a main villain of the Titans, but also kind of just building up the characters, trying to get to learn them as individuals. It was more like centered on Robin. You kind of really got a good lens through Robin in that first season.
Robin, I swear, that man is just straight up moody. He going, oh man, Slade. That's pretty much what it was all about. He's like, yo, Robin, chill. Is like, no, I gotta get that Slade. That Slade, man.
Right. I ain't gonna lie. Later in the season, he did kind of get sweaty for Slade.
Oh, yeah. No, he got obsessed for it.
First season, though, I was like, okay, fair enough. He pulling a Batman where it's like, this man's messing up with the bag. He fumbling the bag. But it's so weird how they did Slade, because, I mean, this man's like bounty hunter. Like, he's Deathstroke. And, like, in this show, he gets, like, slaves to do, like, his bidding.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Now, do you guys remember the one episode where his mask cracked a little bit, and it had the hair of Robin insinuating that? That tripped me up as a kid. I was like, what? No, it can't be. It might be. It might not be.
Can we talk about that episode, though? Because, like, my man literally, like, almost wiped out the Teen Titans in that episode.
Every single time Slade pulls up, he has the advantage. Like, remember when he had them infected with, like, the nanomachines and he had them incapacitated?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, you got all of us, you can't kill us. So I'm like, wait, why? Slade, you could just break their necks right here.
Oh, easily.
My man really like full poker face was like, you can't kill us because I just infected myself. And Slade's like, oh damn, well I really hate losing, so
damn, this
guess
man.
I'm gonna throw it away.
It's like, hot checkmate. We got you now. I'm like, bro, how? Slade should easily kill these fools, but I don't know.
I definitely think he's a top 3 character in like the whole, like the entire series of the Teen Titans. He's just like one constant that's like, he's just always awesome. Like every time he appears in the episode.
Anytime I look at a character, I'm like, all right, who's the superhero you annoy? And it's like, oh, if you spar with Superman, you got hands. Like, you're legendary. If you spar with Batman, boy, you got a brain on you.
Did you guys know that Robin is the only one of the anime Teen Titans that was in the original comic book Teen Titans?
Yeah, because what originally Starfire was like a man, right?
Honestly, I don't know if Starfire was a man. Really?
There was an episode where they had a dude Starfire, and I was like, oh, who this? And it was originally that I think like Starfire was originally a dude before.
I think what you got is they showed like how Starfire came about, because when her homeworld was getting invaded, they sent off her brother, and then the way Starfire came under custody was because her sister Blackfire,
Blackfire,
sold her out to the invaders. So that's the confusion with that.
Yeah, so that's crazy though. I never thought about that.
Yeah, because I thought the episode was weird. It's like, oh, this is like a dude Starfire, but. Yeah, honestly, I thought season 1 was a really good start. Like, it established everything well, and the beginning of the series, it would always have its self-contained stories. Honestly, self-contained stories sometimes it's like, ooh, kind of iffy, especially when you got Tofu as your main villain. But
man, that is the dumbest thing. Do you guys remember the episode with the mini Robin?
Larry?
Larry.
Are you talking about his like alternate like reality version?
Yeah.
They even changed up the theme song. It's like, oh, Teen Titans.
And then it put his head on Robin.
Bro, it was all about Larry, that episode.
I love that episode.
Oh my goodness.
It's just funny though, because like it's a goofy episode, but literally comic wise, like stuff like that happens. Like Mr. Mixapitalik comes up.
Right.
That's what I compare it to, because Mr. Mixapitalik does crap like that all the time.
Oh no, you're 100% correct.
To be warping reality. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. How'd you guys also feel about season 2 of Teen Titans with Tara coming in there? And it kind of also dives a little bit on Beast Boy. Because they established that relationship between Tara and Beast Boy.
Season 2, to me, is like when they started getting dark. They like dipped their toes in some darkness. Actually, I'm gonna lie, they stuck their kind of right leg in darkness, because Tara's like backstory and like how she ends up going out, like that's just sad. It's like, oh, I go from being used to being used by Slade. Nice.
I thought it was cool. I liked Tara. She didn't like annoy me, especially at first, but I was kind of iffy when she went on Slade's side, and then she was just talking mad shit to all the Titans. Right. And then once she's like, "Oh, damn, they really trying to kill my ass." Slade, help! And it's like, nah, you got this, Tara.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, this is just with any show in general. When a good character becomes evil, they get that crazy, Zenkai boost, in power, bro. Like, they become, like, elite out of nowhere. Any good character that becomes evil, they always become raw.
Because in that show, they always give them upgrades. Tara, she got that mech suit where, like, Slade inadvertently controls her through it.
Right, yeah.
When she has the Slade logo going on. I'm pretty sure that boosted her power.
I mean, yeah, she was bodying everybody. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Slade was controlling.
Yeah, she had put in the work initially. She was making the Titan sweat after, she was kind of told that she buns in training.
I just thought of something right. So if Slade was controlling her, right, and, like, getting her to use the powers and all that stuff, does that mean if Slade had her powers, my man would sauce half of the people on the roster?
If Slade had any kind of just like superpowers, he'd just basically be able to beat like everybody.
I mean, come season 4, he kind of do. That man get demon powers.
Yeah. Really Slade knocks off Spawn.
Yeah. Hey, we'll talk about it. We'll
get season 4, but season 2, it ended with Slade straight up dying. He died. He fell in lava.
Yeah, sure.
I thought that was crazy.
No, that's definitely an insane ending, especially since, you look at season 1, you're just like, Slade is unstoppable. You just can't touch him. And then just bam, like that guy that you built up for 2 seasons just gone, you know?
The man just straight up died. I was like, ooh.
But also compare like that impact at the time, because when it came out and we were like young, it was like, holy crud, this show literally just killed off 2 people in one sequence, bro. They killed off the main character when it comes to the villain side, and then they killed off a whole Teen Titans member.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Ah, man. See, season 2, I feel like it was a good start. Like, it's dipping it, like you said, it's dipping its toes straight into the darkness.
Toes, more like right leg, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. That's when you start getting those, like Batman the animated series, like, kind of vibes. Yeah. You know how that series was just all darkness.
Shout out to that show, too, because if you haven't watched that, go get blessed. We got time still.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's actually considered the best Batman cartoon ever, if I'm not mistaken.
It is the best.
Yeah.
There's no debate about that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, especially come like, or what was it? Wasn't who was the Joker? Who was the voice actor for the Joker? Yeah, it was Mark Hamill. Yeah. I mean, honestly, you couldn't get any better.
You can't get better than that. The animation, that's the entire mood of that series. Yeah, it's top notch. There's no debate.
100%. If you haven't done so already, definitely check it out. It'll make you happy.
So, what was going on in season 3?
Yo, that's with the Hive Academy, and this one kind of focuses a little bit more on Cyborg, because, you had a little bit of Robin, then Beast Boy. Now they're looking at Cyborg in this season a little bit, and this is the one where he kind of tries to develop as a leader, trying to take over, I think it was the Titans East, if I'm not mistaken, and he it's pretty cool because just his conflict with Brother Blood, and even just the Hive Academy in general, was a pretty decent conflict in my opinion. I actually enjoyed Brother Blood as a main villain. He did a pretty decent job. Not as good as Slade in my opinion, but it definitely was a cool step in the right direction.
Yeah, it's hard to top Slade. Brother Blood, I feel like he did his business because eventually the man just became like, oh, I'm gonna become like you, Cyborg. We're gonna be like twins, and then
that made me feel pretty uncomfortable. That was actually kind of a deep episode, if you remember, like when he was like taking apart Cyborg, and he's like, "No, don't take apart what makes me human." Like it was a kind of a deep episode.
It was also a bullshit episode.
At the end,
imagine you got a whole character, and it's like, oh, my man's been arrogant up until this point. Like he's been on straight hormones against Robin, and he's like, hey, I'm kind of feeling this villain stuff. And, like, you just see his progression emotion-wise. And then Brother Blood sauces him. And then he's just like, wait, rerun that back. And then he was just like, I got my bits back now.
Bro, I hated the way that shit ended.
Brother Blood made him a torso.
Bro, I hated it because it was like, oh, Cyborg, I got you now. But then Cyborg's like, yo, I'm about to pull this anime power out of my ass real quick. Just sauces this man. And then his explanation was dead ass, oh, well, it was just one thing that came out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, huh? What kind of power? This man really pulled out like fucking Super Saiyan God out of nowhere.
That's really the anime. You can't stop the power of friendship. That's the same nonsense.
To be fair, I mean, his like Alienware, like I don't know what they did for Teen Titans in this one. Was it alien technology in this one, or was it like his dad created?
I think it was his dad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was his dad.
But either way, I'm pretty sure his dad integrated alien technology, which is why his stuff is kind of always like you got a little leeway for bullshit.
I guess, but then the entire series he ain't pulling out that trickery out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, you don't see the same episode where he's like, I'm breaking 110%.
Oh yeah,
imagine if he could break over 110% each time. Man, there wouldn't even be people like the Mothman around that eat sauce.
Yeah, I think that was when he was facing Atlas, the giant like automaton guy.
Oh yeah, that big dude.
Yeah, that was he was a pretty decent villain actually. I wouldn't say he was amazing by any means, but like he was pretty decent. Like it was a good villain for Cyborg, I thought it was a good villain for him.
He served his purpose because Cyborg's main whole thing is, oh, what is my humanity? Oh, because there are many times he even thinks, damn, I'd rather just be a robot. And what's the point? But then, Atlas pulls up, Brother Blood. They kind of show him like, yeah, humanity's kind of a good thing, but,
Right. How'd you guys feel about the Hive 5?
The 5? Ain't that like the bee chick, Aquaman, and then
No, High Five. Those were like the.
That's Teen Titans.
Yeah, that was
Hive is like Gizmo, right?
Yeah, Gizmo and
that's like the main
Mammoth.
like Teen Titans like
their main rivals.
The reflection basically.
Yeah. Which okay, can we talk about the Mammoth real quick? You all know what he looks like?
Yeah.
How he looks like a 40-year-old man, and he's supposed to be like 13. So
man looks like a saber-toothed lookalike.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. No, he's actually just a straight up knockoff. He really is. And then you literally have the male version of Raven, like what's his face? Kid Wicked.
Man, you don't even ever figure out what the heck he does or how he got his powers.
Nah, you just see a shadow.
They legit just created a thing like, Raven's kind of strong. let's make a boy version.
How'd you guys feel about Gizmo?
Gizmo, that nigga just a goofy. He was just like...
In my opinion, him and Jinx have the best development on that team.
I agree.
But I still think Jinx has better development simply because like there's that like love interest with a Cyborg at that one time.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure she actually becomes a Titan, an honorary Titan later on because she gets one of the Titan like communicators, Jinx.
She was also messing with Kid Flash later too.
Yeah. That was a thing. But
there's many things.
Gizmo was kind of like an embryo version of Doc Ock, to be honest.
Bro, remember there was that episode where he was like assisting Bulls in the bloodstream? Like, this man was making technology that rivaled like Tony Stark, man.
Bro, y'all remember that episode when they were like fighting each other? Like it was like Gizmo versus Cyborg. They were like stuck in some thing where it's like only the males were fighting each other.
Yeah.
The arena.
Yeah, bro. Oh my god. That was one thing about Teen Titans that kind of icked me. Because at the end of that episode, it teased, all females this time. Like, you got Starfire Raven. Never followed up on that. And I'm like, bro, what? Y'all setting up stuff and then never kind of going on with that.
Right.
Listen, that's the only fault I'll give Teen Titans is sometimes they just don't follow up on their stories, like with the Terra bit. Like, they left that to open interpretation, honestly.
Well, here's the thing. They do something with Terra at the end. We'll talk about that when we get to the end. But I want to hear y'all opinions on that because it's weird.
How'd you guys feel about Titans East? Like with the different Teen Titan heroes that are, not necessarily introduced. You already have seen Aqualad at that point in time, but it's cool seeing him be an honorary member of Titan. And Masi Manos.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. Unpopular opinion. When Teen Titans East pulled up, I said, "Get this shit off my screen, bro." I was like, "This ain't the Teen Titans. This is knockoff." I didn't want this.
Yeah, honestly, their charisma between each other, like Masi Manos, I found them two dudes annoying.
It was. I'm not gonna lie, it was just like two versions of Speedy Gonzalez.
Hey man,
I'm
sure I'd appreciate it if I like understood Spanish like that, but.
Even then, bro.
Honestly, their powers are kind of lame. Like, they can't even run fast unless they're connected to each other, right?
They're both
Isn't that
half
the case?
Flashes, basically.
Yeah, so it's like...
That's kind of trash.
They don't go that fast either. I'm pretty sure they got caught pretty easy.
Yeah, no, they're not that fast at all, to be honest.
I don't know. I feel like Teen Titans East, like, they have some good runners. Like, Aqualad's pretty strong.
I'm sure Red Arrow, he's pretty good.
Speedy?
Yeah, Speedy.
Yeah, Speedy.
Speedy stuck around for a while, too. And, like, he kind of had that little rivalry between Robin at that one point.
Yeah, I thought Speedy was pretty cool.
Yeah, because didn't him and Robin always fight over Starfire's affection all the time? They'd have those little anime moments.
How'd you guys feel about Aqualad's sidekick? Do you guys remember him?
Oh, the little brown guy that kind of fixes all the technology?
Wait, yeah, his name really was...
Pause. his fish man assistant that is really good at the technology.
Yeah, his name was Tram. Yeah, and he was like a pufferfish. He like would like bulk up and become just like massive also. So he was kind of cool. Like he wasn't necessarily relevant, but he was aight.
He tried his best.
He was there.
Better than Masi Manos.
Now back to the arena episode that you guys had mentioned earlier. Yep. That's where you got to see Wildebeest, and I think Hotspot also appeared in that episode.
Hotspot is fire.
How'd you guys feel about those two characters? I really like Wildebeest's design. I thought him as like his like design as a character was pretty cool, but like besides that, you didn't learn anything else about him. You were just like, all right, cool, it's a Wildebeest, like literally.
There are many Teen Titans characters that's like, oh, I don't know shit about you, but they get in the fight and it's like, yo, this is fire, bro. Like, he's
right.
Hotspot, literal fire, man. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I think I'm biased because I thought the Fire Nation was sick. So when Hotspot pulled up and he was, he kind of was just doing the Johnny Blaze look. I was like, oh, I'll mess with this. Wildebeest was pretty essential though to later in the show.
Mm-hmm. And what about Bumblebee? How do y'all feel about her?
I mean, Bumblebee's like iconic, honestly. Like her whole getup, like the whole like wasp and going like.
Yeah, her design was actually pretty cool with because she had the little like stinger thing. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Did you know that she was the first female African American hero from DC?
That us?
Well,
yeah, and she came from Teen
That
Titans.
explains why, like, when we like started watching it, I kind of like instantly knew who she was. You know what I mean? Like, when you see a character, you're like, oh, that's Batman. Oh, that's Superman. With her, I feel like she has enough publicity where it's like, oh, I even recognize who the heck it was.
Do she? I ain't gonna lie, because when I first saw her, I was like, who? I thought it was just a Teen Titans exclusive.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Well, it's crazy. The only other black female superhero before her, I believe, was Storm from X-Men.
Yeah,
so, that was kind of a big thing for DC, especially, kind of groundbreaking. They
had a good mix in Teen Titans, though, because, I mean, Hotspot was black, too, and, like, they had, like, Mossy Meadows, like, for the Hispanics.
Hey, represent! Hey. Oh, that's blood right there. So moving on to season 4. I mean, I think we can all agree this was the hardest season of Teen Titans.
Season.
The darkest and the hardest.
Oh, definitely the darkest. Just like the Trigon story is it's pretty heavy, especially if you look at like the mental like stress and just physical stress it like did upon Raven. It's just, it gets pretty dark.
Like, it went from straight up, villain of the week to, there's an apocalypse about to pull up.
Yeah.
Raven, you are about to destroy everything. Like, your father's about to pull up and everything. It's going to be all your fault. And Raven's like, damn, all this is, like, happening all at once. It's like, geez.
I mean, think about it, bro. It's like, what's the overview of the season? If you were to put, like, it into a sentence, it's like, girl born to create apocalypse makes apocalypse come true and everyone dies.
Yeah, it's just crazy knowing that your destiny is literally to destroy Earth.
Yeah.
Like
Trigon pulled like a Greek method going on where he's just like, yep, I'll put my spawn on Earth, now I'm out. Like
and then this is also where you get resurrected Slade. He comes back.
Trigon resurrects that man, and you see, I was shocked when they were resurrecting because he was all bone and everything. It was like, Slade's
they really
bag.
showed this man dead.
Yeah. How'd you guys feel about him getting like the Majin Vegeta letter on the forehead?
Was like, is this Slade's Majin Vegeta mode?
And he got all the powers and shit. Like, geez, this is like Slade could easily kill the Titans.
I mean, to be fair, that like already answered the previous question. It was like, how good is Slade with powers? My man pulled up. They even had a panic room for Raven. They had a whole panic room, and he said, "Open that up like right now."
Yeah, it was crazy. How'd you guys feel about Trigon's design? That was amazing.
Straight up Satan. You looked at that man, it was like, yo, this is the demon. This is the final boss.
I mean, have you seen the way they always teased him out too? It built so much atmosphere because there was times where Raven would use the powers and then the 3 eyes would appear.
Right.
Like on each side. This is like, oh snap, Raven saw some people, nah. And then when you finally see her dad, and this man's like a giant, like ancient god, it's like, bruh.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like that was just like, and I think that season had the most like continuous story progression. I think you kind of touched base on it earlier, John. How you were like the first season it had like individual like episodes, stories.
Like all the seasons they start off with, the first half is self-contained, like villain of the week, like let's go fight Clayface or some stuff like that. Then it's like now it goes into the arcs and like all the stories that are actually connected to each other. Which honestly, as a system, I didn't mind it. I thought that was a good system.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Like, and it was also kind of refreshing. It's like, okay, you just got done this deep story. Let's have a little bit of fun, and then let's get back into a deep story again.
Back into it.
Yeah.
And then Slade was just harassing Raven the entire way. I was like, bruh, this is
Slade was. I'm telling you, he's raw. He's amazing. He made that series phenomenal.
Slade is a a predator, bro.
Yeah.
Look, if you watch that entire sequence where he's just chasing Raven, it's like, oh, where you going, little girl? I'm like, whoa, Slade.
Well, he was already weird with the Terra thing, because I'm pretty sure comic-wise, like, that actually was a thing. But,
ooh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, like, Slade's not off the hook for that one, but I think that's the only time you see Slade switch up in that show, though, because him and Robin combined forces just to...
Yeah, because they recognize, like, yo, Trigon kind of too bad. And then, yo, Slade even gets, like, the weapon where it's, like,
Slade
the
had
dual
his Darth
battle axe.
Maul
Oh, yeah, he kind of gets, like, the power pole, bro.
Yeah, he really pulls up on Trigon and cuts that man's horn off. I'm like, yo,
yeah.
This is Slade, you none other.
My man had the boost to jump up to Trigon's horn and cut that off, bro.
It was funny, too. Trigon deadass accomplishes what he tried to do. He deadass creates the apocalypse Earth.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I've never seen a villain actually, like...
Yeah, the Titans actually, like, they finally feel defeat. Like, they feel fear. It's crazy. And, like, you as, like, just watching the show, like, you feel it, too. You're just like, yeah, they just can't come back. They took the L.
Honestly, it's their version of the Flashpoint paradox, honestly. Like,
yeah.
It's one of those, like, weird ones, like, if you watch, like, the Dark Apocalypse, where, like, it's one of those things where it happened, but it also didn't happen. Like...
Yeah.
Yeah, because Raven just pretty much, die father, and then reverses everything. But even still, the shit that we saw now, like, yo, it never leaves. And that's why season 4, I love it, bro.
Yeah, and honestly, I think everybody thought that was just the end of Teen Titans right there. Because you can't beat a story arc as crazy as that one. Like, that was, like, that built up to everything. Like, you got Slade returning. You got Raven is going ballistic. Her dad is, finally coming out. You just, like, literally the apocalypse. You wouldn't imagine that another season would follow, but season 5 does come out, and
then it kind of, I mean,
it takes. Here's the thing: I think if season 5 came before season 4, it would have been good. It would have been like, okay, maybe we would have held this to a higher standard, but. Coming off of season 4, you got a pretty big bar set.
Especially with these villains, like they fought Trigon. Trigon is the big bad. It's like, all right, who's next? Who's after Trigon?
Yeah, like who can top that?
Yeah, and then you got a brain in a jar. All right, a gorilla.
Okay, bro. Give some respect, bro.
Nigga, you really gonna say, yo, a brain in a jar compared to Trigon?
General Immortus. Literally, that man looks like he about to, like, blow over.
Also, if you're wondering what General
you blow on
Immortus,
that man, he turned to dust.
If you're wondering what General Immortus is, it's literally an immortal general.
Yeah, he the little skeleton lady from the chocolate episode of SpongeBob, bro.
What are they selling?
Chocolate. Sweet chocolate.
When's the next World War?
But yeah, I mean... the Brotherhood of Evil was okay. They weren't bad. The cool thing about season 5, the whole like thing that made it stand out from the rest, is that you get all these new Titans.
Yeah.
You get a plethora of new superheroes, and almost all of them are people that you've never heard of. So, which is pretty cool. You're just like, oh, what's this character's story? What's this character's story? And most of them didn't really have any crazy elaborate backgrounds established in the show, but it was nice because you're like, oh, that's another Titan, and it all goes towards a nice finale, in my opinion.
Yeah, the finale I think that was pretty good. Like they got everybody together, and then on the final shot where it's like everybody was just standing over, like what was it, the battery dude? I forget that man's name, but. Like, everybody was just looking over. It's like, yo, season 6 about to be lit. Here we go. But then, that didn't happen. But an epilogue episode after that did happen.
Yes.
And it was involving Tara. And for some reason, she was just back out of nowhere. But she was kind of pretending that she didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
Like, even Beast Boy was like, yo, what you doing? And then Slay's like, yo, Beast Boy, stop. Then Beast Boy deadass kills this man, but it's a robot, so...
Yeah.
It's weird because that's the final episode. Why, out of all the episodes, you make that the final one?
Yeah, it's a huge cliffhanger, especially since you haven't really seen Tara in a while, and you're just like, she's back. Yeah, you're just like, she's back.
I just don't get the sequencing. Like I totally agree with what you said earlier. Like, thinking back on it, it's like, one, why are we learning about Beast Boy so late? Like, late. Like, in my opinion, his development, like, in comparison to that one episode where he was transforming into some, like, weird werewolf, weird transformation he barely ever gets.
Yeah.
Like, that was more intriguing than, like, oh, yeah, I teamed up. I got a purple suit, and now these guys kind of got locked up for 5 months while they deforested the...
The more I think about it, season 1 was pretty much Robin's Robin's arc. Mm-hmm. Season 2, I would say Beast Boy and Terra. I would say that. 3 was Cyborg. 4 is Raven. Starfire didn't really get a season.
Nah, she got like she more like had like a couple of like some bits in season 1. Like it was like 2 or 3 episodes that were kind of like
you meet Blackfire, you go to Zero Planet, but I was surprised they didn't really give her an arc like the others.
Well, you should think about her backstory. She was like literally enslaved for like half her life. So I mean, there's not really much backstory to go on to other than like her sister and her sister's evil. So now it explains everything.
I mean, I feel like they could have done something.
Yeah, that like they could have gotten like some like evil alien race was like the villains are like her alien race, and they come to invade Earth, and something crazy.
They did that in the first season. Like the first season was mainly focused on. Starfire
didn't they have
landing.
A guy with like a moth pet? Do you guys remember?
Mothman. The moth. My bad. Like he like created the hordes of moths that like would go around.
Didn't she make the one her pet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so.
And
ugly.
then there was that weird Robin love interest that was his daughter.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, I'm about to destroy the world, but I won't if you date my daughter." And he was like, "What?"
Yeah, that was like. Let's dive into some of the characters that were introduced in that season. How'd you guys feel about Thunder and Lightning?
Thunder and Lightning, I don't know. They had the episode. They were memorable. Like this, like I said, T-Titan strength is that they'll pull up with dudes, give you an episode. It's like, okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't hate them. I didn't think they were outstanding, but
that's how I felt about when I saw the characters Cole and Narc. It was like, so Cole was this girl, like she could like hold like kind of like crystals or whatnot, or like can do something along those lines with her ability. And then Narc is just this caveman that just whoops everybody. It's like he's not even an actual superhero. It's just like he just has brute strength. He's just the guy. The one character I thought was cool because he ends up helping out Beast Boy was Jericho. He's the guy, I think, I don't remember if he's mute or not. Or
he plays the guitar and he, like, possesses people.
Yeah, when he makes eye contact with somebody, he possesses them. Yeah, which is, like, simple, but also a cool ability. And you're just like, why hasn't anybody else done that in the show already? Yeah, so...
Man, I'm just mad they introduce all these characters, right? And then, like, you have that season where it's like, oh, the Brotherhood of Evil or, like, the League of Evil, whatever you want to even call these guys. And it's like, oh, versus all these villains that they collected, and it's supposed to be this one big battle. And then, like, they kind of just sauce the villains, like...
Yeah, that honestly, those villains got bodied by these people. They lost to Mossy Manos.
Bro,
that's so upsetting. It
just doesn't make sense because it's like, oh, we hear everything you're saying. We hear all your plans. And you still got sauced.
Yeah,
that's why...
By Beast Boy.
Season 5 needed a villain that could, top Trigon. Like, maybe they could have brought in, like, Brainiac.
Nothing's
but maybe
gonna top Trigon.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, I think Brainiac would have been, like, it would have been a slight step down, but that would have been, like, right around the same ballpark. But, I mean, I felt that, they probably thought, okay, what if we just had every villain come at once? And maybe that might...
It was a good build-up. It was just a weird execution.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, like... It was cool seeing some of the villains, like, a couple of them were returners, and you're just like, okay, like, I recognize that villain. Oh, I hated him. Oh, he was good. But overall, you just, nothing really, like, stood out to you. Now, it'd be something different if you had, like, 10 different characters that were as established as Slade. Like, okay, now that'd be a great season finale. But none of them really had that kind of development that Slade did. So it's like, it was just an all-right ending. But how'd you guys feel about the episode about, like, Beast Boy's origin story with, like, the Doom Patrol?
Oh, with the Doom Patrol?
I mean, like, I like that they gave him an origin story, but I didn't like the Doom... I didn't really care for it, It was just...
Well, the only interesting character on the Doom Patrol was this one black dude that, like, was kind of zooming in a bottle. But, like, other than that, Beast Boy's, like, backstory is just like, oh, yeah, like, was a dude, then, I got this green skin, and now I can transform. And then I met this random group that just happened to be around, like, aren't they, like, solely built just to track down, like, that League of Evil, like, continuously over and over again?
I think that was their purpose.
Like, they were hunting them down first, and then, like, they just... No, Beast Boy left because, like, my man yelled at him.
Yeah, Beast Boy did leave.
Over yelling.
So... Now, well, who was your favorite villain in the whole series? Was it Slade? Was it Trigon? Or maybe somebody else?
It would probably have to be Slade, because even I'm gonna even count them when he like switched to the good side, because the man had presence, the man had the voice. Whenever he pulled up, it was like, oh shit, real stuff's about to happen. Trigon, I would say, is a close second, but he only really got like one season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even but the one season he was there, he was dominant. He was the dominating force. He was going to wipe out the entire planet.
Right.
And I like that. Everybody else, I mean, there wasn't really a villain that really topped both of them, or is at their level. I mean,
yeah. Like, the only other character that I would probably put close to there, only because the mysterious factor, was Red X.
Red X, like, I mean, you could argue anti-hero, because technically...
Probably anti-hero, but...
technically everything he did was for the greater good, and he didn't really do anything bad, unless if you want to debate the dude that got it after, which is supposed to be Jason Todd, I guess, and...
I don't know, that's still a mystery,
I guess that's the only dude that's, like, closest to what he's actually saying and, like, leading towards. My favorite, though, honestly, I know it's, like, not in the cartoon show, but it's in the movie, was like the Broshugun.
The Broshugun? Who that?
So he's like this ink master. So when they went to Japan, and it's this
old, that was the Teen Titans in Tokyo
it's this
movie?
Old villain, that had the power to create ink creations. And so they had that whole movie where like Starfire and Robin got together.
Yeah, then there was like that
Robin was like undercover again, because anytime Robin goes undercover, it's the best thing ever, because he was accused of murder.
Yo, Trouble in Tokyo was weird, bro.
It was weird, but you never... Like, honestly, if you called out, like, the end to that movie, I'll give you an award. You're Inspector Gadget, my friend, because that shit was, like, confusing.
Yeah, because they really ended it on, like, oh, yay, Starfire and them kiss. All right, what's next? Oh, this is it? This is it for the entire series?
Yeah, that was it.
I was like, dang, that's kind of weird. I feel like the show was mishandled. If it had, like, a better... I feel like maybe more budget, maybe it could have helped, but I feel like it could have had like, it could have structured its arcs in a way where it's like, oh, the progression is exponential. Like, yo, we're fighting villains that are just topping each other, and like finishing actual story arcs instead of just leaving them unturned. Like,
yeah,
like I feel like they could have done that. But other than that, even with those faults, the show it just has it all. It's got character, like the fight scenes compared to like a lot of shows that were even out at the time. I think it was still top tier. Let's see, like characters, like I will still like love the main Teen Titans. Their charisma between each other is, I love it. It's funny, especially Beast Boy and Cyborg. Those are the homies.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, Teen Titans, it's one to be remembered. Definitely go check it out, folks. And that wraps up this episode of Remember When. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to give us a follow on Instagram at Remember When Podcast. Give our Facebook page a like at Remember When Podcast. And as always, have yourself a wonderful night.